Evening, everyone. We're coming in live from the second floor of Pioneer Street Market inside HMR parking compound along Reliance Street from the city of Mandaluyong. And we're coming in live from Decaf Coffee Republic. This is at the second floor again. And I am Coach A. I'm a certified life coach. And what I do as a life coach is I empower people to be mentally fit so you can start living beautifully and stay alive. I'm also an advocate of quality life, especially for people with special needs related to mental wellness. And also in this coffee shop right here in our function hall, I conduct life coach certification program in behalf of the Life Coach Training Institute based in USA, based in Texas. So just in case you need a professional service of a life coach, we are a home to many of the certified life coaches in the Philippines right now. And tonight I have beautiful guests on floor who are many of them certified life coaches. Coaches? Alright, so I'm not alone. Okay, so if you happen to be free one of the Tuesdays and one of the Thursdays, I invite you to come over, join me on floor, be our on-floor guest, join our live episodes, and meet beautiful, productive, and powerful life coaches. Okay, you can also book with them a free complimentary life coaching sessions, and you can start gripping on the benefits of life coaching. Now, if you have been coaching or if you are gifted naturally with coaching, okay, with the coaching skills, if you are the go-to person in your family, and you are the go-to person in your organization, and you feel that this is now the time to start coaching professionally, so we invite you to take the most responsible decision you can take as you start coaching professionally, and that is to start getting certified as a life coach. So if you want to know more, you can catch up with us, you can hook up with us, you can message us, you can send us really your inquiry, and we will be delighted to let you know how you can proceed and start coaching professionally. For tonight, you're joining me for KAPEHAN Night. And what is KAPEHAN Night? This is our weekly coaching talk, and we talk about life, money, career, professions. We talk about your love life. We talk about many things that you don't want to talk about, but really you wanted to learn, wanted to understand. Okay, so let me repeat that. During KAPEHAN Night, we talk about things, okay, that you don't want to talk about, but you want to learn about. Okay, so many things in life we want to learn, we want to understand, we want to hear some insights, but we don't want to talk about. So on a Tuesday coaching sessions, I do most of the talking, and one thing that you've got to do, you do most of the thinking. Okay, you do most of the processing. All right, so for tonight, you're joining me for a very beautiful and exciting topic. We're going to be talking about giver, taker, and matchers. Okay, and I know that as we begin the talk, you know in your heart, okay, I asked my people, the guests on floor, if they are a giver, a taker, or a matcher. So let me encourage you also to do the same. Okay, I want you to go back, okay, and do some quick self-check. Are you a giver, a taker, or a matcher? Okay, naturally, are you a born taker? Okay, sabi ng isang coach natin dito, you are naturally or born giver. Di ba? So there are people na, by default, I'm a giver. Okay? Some people would say, by default, I'm a giver, but I want to be a taker. Or some people would say, I'm a taker, but now I'm gravitating towards to be a matcher. What about you? Now, this talk is free, and I know that you're gonna learn so much for tonight, and it's gonna be worth of your time. But please do me a favor. If you believe that we can be of a blessing to other people, please hit the share button. And also, it would be great if you can connect with us. This is very interactive. You can send me your personal comments. You can send me your questions. All right, but most of the questions I normally answer after my talk. So, but you can bring it in. Okay, some of the questions, some of the comments and insights, if we could just fit it in and tell and share with our audience, I also do so. Okay, so hit the share button, connect with us, or share with us some emojis, just so I know you're listening, you're there, and you're connecting with us. All right, moving on. Okay, giver, taker, matcher. Let me do a run quick on people on the floor. How many of you, how many on us here are takers? Where are the takers on floor? Raise your hand. How many? Takers or givers? Givers muna. Let's start with the givers. Majority givers. How many are the takers? 2. All right. And how many are matchers? Papunta pa lang. We're gravitating. Okay, so I'm gonna take off, okay, from Adam Grant's book about giver, takers, and matchers. So it is a book. So I'm not a medical practitioner. Okay, I always say this as a disclaimer. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist. All right, but as I kick off my talk every week, I always take it from something that has been proven, something that has been researched, something that has been published, and something that people have been talking about. So if you have talked, if you have heard, if you have read about giver, takers, and matchers, I'm gonna be taking off from the work of Mr. Adam Grant. He also had a terrific TED Talk. You can check it out in YouTube, okay? And he talks about how you can bring in success in the organization, hiring people who are giver, takers, and matchers. But I'm coming in as a life coach, and the more important, or to be the most important person right now is you. So I'm not talking about your organizations. I'm not talking about your corporate world. I'm not talking about your spouse. I'm not talking about your child. I'm not talking about the people around you, within you, from you. I'm talking about you. You. So just remember, we're talking about you. I'm talking about you, and I am interested about you. Okay, let me run you through, okay, why do we need to understand if you are a giver? Why do we need to understand why you're a taker? And why do we need to understand if you are a matcher? Number one, givers, I believe, from a normal common sense, you know what is a giver. What is a giver? What is a giver? Bigay. Bigay ng bigay. Okay, share. Okay. But what is so peculiar with the givers? Okay, let's give an avatar. You know what's an avatar? Okay, let's give a profile picture of a giver. Okay, come on now. How does a giver looks like to you? I have majority givers in the house. So if I paint you as an avatar, how do you look like? Coach? People pleaser. Good. Oh. Ayaw ni Coach Son yun. Alright, so bigla siya nagbilang, ayoko. Ay, sabi niya, ayoko. No, I'm not. If you're watching online, all right, whether you are a giver, a taker, and a matcher, okay, help me create an avatar, okay, of you. Help me create an avatar. O sige, hindi na lang po kayo, yung kapitbahay na lang nyo, okay? So, what do you think is an avatar or a picture of a person who is a giver? If you will picture it, so I have one guess, I have Coach Candy said, people pleaser. Coach Diamond, volunteer. And they sacrifice a lot. They volunteer, they sacrifice, people pleaser. Wala daw self-love. Coach Philip, happy? Oh, happy and jolly. Oh. Okay, Coach Sean, ito yung bandera ng mga giver. Coach John, giver.
Someone who likes to help. Pagkatrabaho, you want to do something.
A social person.
Social work.
Social worker. Foundation. Sige, go. Come on.
Kabayo.
Babae. Oh, ayaw niya. O sige, Coach, ano?
Kabayo.
Why kabayo? Sama eh. Oh, Coach Yome, kayo yung mga givers. Give me a picture. Give me an avatar of yourself. A giver never runs out of love. So that contradicts that no self-love because you cannot give what you don't have. So you are disagreeing with the lady in your table. Okay. Who else? Who are the givers in the house? Nerita. Someone who's not expecting to receive, okay? Hold that mental picture of an avatar in your head. Really? The givers do not expect anything in return? Gumanya na tayo eh. Alright, who else? Coach? A nurse. Caregiver naman pala. Okay, sino pa? Okay. O, yung nag-research. O, JP, what's the avatar? Extremely generous. Okay. What else? Okay. So prioritizes themselves other than other people. Okay. So what's the avatar of the taker? O, takers na. Rose? What's an avatar of a taker?
I think since parang they have the capability as risk taker, I guess.
Risk taker.
Because they want to take it first, experience it first.
So she's taking it from a perspective of how you feed yourself, right? And you bring it out. All right, Coach Diome. More assertive. They're more assertive. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Nasaan pa yung mga takers, Coach? Oh, beautiful avatar. Okay? I like it. Pirate. Okay. Takers are just for fun. They go out for fun. For fun lang. Pera lang to. Wow. Okay. So takers are also on the lookout for the givers. Okay, opportunistic to look for that partner. O, sabi niya yon, Coach, hindi ako. Okay, kinunet ko lang. Coach Diome, Coach Diome sabi niya, opportunistic, ikaw, Toms, anong sabi mo? Taker ka eh. Okay.
Selfless to selfish. Giver selfless. Yung taker selfish.
Self-centered. Gusto ba nating marinig yun? Ayoko naman ata yun. Snatcher daw, oh. Oo, life coaching to. Kalma lang tayo. Okay, I'm gonna take off now as a life coach. Agad-agad. Nagmadali. Pagod lang, hindi. Talaga tong mga to. Alright, so, again, okay, I'm gonna take off from the work of Mr. Adam Grant, okay, the author of Give and Take. And he is a professor at the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. And according to him, there are three kinds of people: the giver, the taker, and the matchers. Okay, he said that there are takers who are always trying to get as much as possible from others. There are also matchers who, okay, if they did you a favor, would expect one back, and vice versa. And there are the givers who go out of their way to support and help you with no string attached. Let me read again. Okay, so I'm taking off from the work of Mr. Adam Grant, the author of Give and Take, and I'm reading it from his context. I'm reading it from his research, and he did a research, okay? So the things that I will be sharing with you is based on his research, and I'm coming in as a life coach to just, make it something that you can digest, okay? Because there are interesting results of his research that would just be a little bit nerve-breaking to many people, especially to the givers. Okay, so let me read again his description. He said, there are the takers. I think I only have two takers in the house. Okay, there are the takers who are always trying to get as much as possible from others. There are the matchers who, if they did you a favor, would expect one back, and vice versa. Okay? So in the same token, okay, if the matcher gives you a favor, they expect a return. In the same token, if you did a favor to a matcher, the matcher will reciprocate that. That's the matcher. Okay? But there are also people whom we call as the givers, and those who go out of their way to support and help you with no string attached. All right. So if we paint an avatar and we look at the input and output, we look at the picture of people who, okay, if you talk about the giver, the giver, the arrow is outside, going out. And if you are a taker, the arrow is inside, going to you. And if you are a matcher, what happens to you is it's flowing. So if you take a look at it, it's more of, okay, ideal to be a matcher. Am I correct? Are you in accordance with that prescriptive? Okay, normally people will prescribe that be a matcher. Let me hear my term. Prescriptive. Many people would say matcher is the best. Are you in agreement with that? Okay. The matchers is a person who tries to give and take in equal proportion. That's why they are called matchers. Equal proportion. That is why they work out too much giving. That leads to burnout and always taking the isolation part sooner or later. So the people, okay, who gives too much, watch out. They may not be givers. They might be the real matchers. Let me repeat that again. Why? Oh, why? All right, matchers. Let me read again. The matcher, according to Mr. Grant, is a person who tries, again, I'm reading this is not from me. I am not yet taking in as a life coach. I am still reading the research, okay? So, don't panic, and if you want to validate, you just research, okay? And type Adam Grant, and you will get all of these things, all right? So, the matcher, according to Mr. Grant, is a person who tries to give and take in equal proportions. That's why they work out too much giving, which leads to burnout and always taking an isolation towards the latter part whenever what they give out, they cannot get in return. So some people, all right, you might be thinking as a giver, but truth of the matter, they are the matchers. Because Mr. Adams starts with, a giver really expect no string attached. No string attached. Now, let me challenge you. Okay? How many times, okay, you have given to a person all the rest of your life, since the time you've known that person, and until today, you're giving to that person, and you're not getting anything in return, and you're telling me that you still want to give. All right? Isn't it true that at a certain point in time, you've got a limit? Isn't it true that at a certain point in time, you would say, I don't want to give enough to give. There is no wisdom in giving. So, saan galing yun? So, nagbago na kayo. We all... Agree agad? Wala pa nga eh. We all know where we sit on the spectrum. And if we become very honest with ourselves, okay, the characterizations aren't set in a stone either. You might be a giver at work, but demand a great deal from your loved ones, and vice versa. Let me repeat that again. You might be a giver at work, but you are very demanding from your loved ones, and vice versa. Yes, yun na, meron na. Okay? Some people are matchers by instinct. When you say you are matcher by instinct, you strike always the balance between the extremes of the both experience. Okay. Now, what is unfortunate for matchers is this. If you are giving too much at the workplace, there is a great tendency that you will be takers in your personal life. Okay? Have you experienced, have you realized that there are times you encounter people, not you, okay, hindi po kayo yon, yung mga tao lang na nai-encounter ninyo, you encounter people that they give so much in one areas of their lives, and they are very demanding or they're very expectant in another side of their life. So you can be both. Yes, Coach Diomi. Okay. Okay. They don't have. Correct. Because of that. Because of that. Because they balance it. Because they balance it. Actually, it starts with them, okay, Coach Jerome was talking about a husband, which is very common, you would see it, that commands a very high position at the workplace, and hello, welcome, okay, who commands a very high position, authoritative at the workplace, but whenever they go at home, all right, they will be very submissive to their wife. Correct? Or in local, in Pinoy, okay, to all the people watching internationally, okay, I'll have to speak this line in Tagalog. For Pinoy, we call them under Bisaya. Okay, so these people who are very submissive to their wives. Now, it is possibly more probable that it starts with the husband not being able to perform his duty and to command the statue at home. That's why when they get to the workplace, they're like that. And you can see this also vice versa with stronger women in the workplace. Most of the time, you see strong women in the workplace and they are very submissive wife when they get home. Pag single, sa sarili lang niya. Okay? Now, let me talk about, so, when you talk about amateurs, okay, most of the time, I'm talking about the mature first because most of you gravitates towards the matures. And it is possible that you are already a matures today, but you just don't know. That's why I'm talking about the matures. Okay? So, you might be thinking that you give a lot, but it is also a possibility that the reason why you're thinking you are giving a lot is because you are a mature. Let me hold it a bit. It is a possibility, okay, that's not a Bible truth. It is a possibility, okay, I am just starting, that you are saying that you are giver, okay, 100%, naturally born giver and everything. It's because you are already waiting something in return. That's why you're saying, I'm a giver. It's just like of saying, asan na yung kapalit? So you're already a mature. Because if you are a giver, you don't even realize that you are a giver. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay? Okay? Because if you are, okay, I still have a seat here, oh, why don't you sit down beside me? Ah, you're gonna eat. Okay. So, think about it again. You might be thinking that you are a giver. Because at the back of your mind, you are waiting and you are expecting that there is something in it. So you are actually not a giver, but you're actually a matcher. Because how can you technically define I'm a giver? It's just signaling where's that? Because most of the time, givers don't even think that they are giving. No string attached. So if it's no string attached, there's no recollection of that. There is no record of that. So how can you say you're a giver? Yan tayo, bigla tayo naging psychology eh. Research po ito, binabasa ko lang. Okay. Now, would you like to hear a very interesting result of his study? Mr. Grant found from surveying konti lang naman. 30,000 people across the world from different cultures. 30,000. This is what he discovered. Where are again the givers in the house? He initially discovered the worst performers in engineering and the medical profession were the givers. Binasa ko. Yoko na nga. From surveying 30,000 people across the world, I'm reading this verbatimly, from different cultures, he initially discovered the worst performers in engineering and the medical profession were the givers. Okay, but here's the thing. This was because the givers were so busy helping others that their own studies or results suffered. So, are you a giver? Most of the givers would see deterioration and would suffer from performance. So, are you now a giver? Are you a matcher? Okay. When you talk about a salesperson, who are the salespeople in the house? Do you know that if you are a giver, you will be a very crappy salesperson? You're not gonna make it. Because if you are a giver, you don't really want to sell. You want to give. And you care about your customer. You care about your clients. Therefore, you're not gonna make a good sales at all. While it is true that the giver's generosity and spirit of yung great behaviors nila enriches the workplace, alright, in terms of revenue and profits, satisfaction of employees and co-relationship. There are really times when being a giver would not yield productivity. Can you take it? Okay, now, how many of you are takers? Where are the takers? I got here. I got two. Now, Rose started with a very interesting statement when she said, I want to take it from a perspective of learning. That's what she said, all right? That I want to take. Now, interesting, takers, okay, could really be the best givers. Yeah. Because takers, well, naturally, they will just give and give, get and get and get. Yun yung sabi ng description. They will just get and get. Their question would always be, what is it in for me? So in the organization, and if you talk about performance, isn't it great that whenever you give out your effort, when you give out your strategy, when you give out your resources, isn't it great that you have a mindset of what you can take? Is it mature? No, it's not yet a mature. It's really what I'm gonna get from here. Sabi nga ni Coach Lynn kanina, if it's free, it's for me. Okay? But what's the problem with the takers? Why do you think takers do not fly? Don't they fly? Don't they succeed? The only problem with takers is when they're afraid that they're gonna give more than what they take. That's a problem. It's like the feeling of there's not gonna be enough. That's the only problem. But they can be really, if we transform them, we get to understand their natural giftings, all right, they can be the best giver. So are you a giver, a taker, or a matcher? So ano na kayo talaga? May nagpalit ba? Okay. Some people would say that you just have to be a matcher. But could there be a matcher if they do not start with being a giver or a taker? Matchers believes that what goes around comes around. Okay? The matchers, however, there's nothing you hate more than seeing a taker take. Ito yung maganda sa mga matchers. Okay? In a room, if you get a matcher, they hate it if someone take ahead and get away with it. They hate it. However, if you got a matcher in a team and somebody get away with it, and as if biglang nag-resign, walang binalik sa organization, galit ka. Matcher ka. So ano ka na? So ano na kayo? Taker na lang kayo. The matchers in the room, okay, the matchers in the organization, this is their mission in life. If they encounter a taker, they will punish them. They will make their lives really difficult. Actually, according to the, I'm gonna read it, okay? This is verbatim. Okay? If they encounter a taker, they will just have to punish the hell out of these people. Very vindictive. Because in their heart, it's supposed to be always a match. So if you're getting ahead and you're not giving back anything that in their mind commensurates what you're able to get, they will hate you. That's why the question is, does the make matchers create the highest performance? Surprisingly, Mr. Grant Studies says no. Even though givers are the worst performers, listen up, they are also the best performers. Balik na ulit kayo sa givers. Now, here's the thing. The problem with being a giver, okay? You are both on the extreme. You are both on the extreme. You can be the worst performer and you can also be the best performer. You are representing the both extremes. So, you being a giver can either sink your career or can accelerate your career. It's both. That's your problem if you are a giver. You represent the extremes, the spectrum of both extremes. That's the difficulty, the bipolar. Hindi naman bipolar, bipolar daw kayo. Okay, so, would you like to be a giver, a taker, or a matchers? Rose? What do you want? Given a choice, would you like to be a giver, a taker, or a matchers now? Sige na, yun totoo. Matcher pa rin na hindi vindictive. Coach, kayo. Giver pa rin. Okay, let me run through again my survey. After all the descriptions, okay? Do you want to be a giver? Who wants to be a giver now? Giver pa rin. Takers. Where are the takers in the house? Still a taker. You want to still to take?
I mean, I heard like they have all their pros and cons. So I would rather stick to what I am in the next element.
Wow. Galing, ah? Okay? And strong, very strong conviction as a taker. And ensure that you will be very productive as a taker. And
I mean,
really,
if you know yourself,
then it's capitalize on it.
there are no equal.
Wonderful. Can we give that a hand? Okay, where are the givers again? The takers? Do we have matchers? Matcher talaga. Alright. So, can I speak with the givers now? Okay. Coach A checking in. Okay, so this is Coach A. Now, the truth is, you being a giver, a taker, or a matcher is not a solid ground. That means that's who you are in all areas of your life. Hold to the truth. The truth is, you can be a matcher in one area, a taker in one, and a matcher in one. What is important is for you to understand what you are good at. When I say good at, what is your potential and the highest potential. Okay? All of us here have a potential to be a giver, a taker, and a matcher. All of us. That's our potentials. But when you talk about potentials, where will you be at your peak? Where would you be performing at the highest? Okay. So, let me speak first with the givers, which is the majority, and really on the danger zone. Okay? Let me talk to the people on the danger zone. I'm a life coach, and I want to give you this. Okay? If you are a giver naturally, and after hearing all the negativities, the positivities, and everything, you still know in your heart that you are predominantly a giver. Alright? So again, let me go back and clarify. You can be a giver in one area, a taker in one, a matchers in some, but naturally, there is a dominant you. Okay? So you can be a dominant giver, a dominant taker, or a matchers. So there is a dominant you, or there's a default you, or yung iba sabi na technically me. Okay? So, I don't know how you wanna take it, but you can be all. But let me speak to the people who are givers, because you represent the extreme spectrum, and normally, if you stand on the extremes, you are on the dangerous zone. Okay? Next to the one on the middle, because normally it's the middle daw, na delikado, kasi yun na nababaril. Next to the one in the middle would be on the extreme of the spectrum. So, sala sa init, sala sa lamig, yun yung gitna. Pero pag sobrang mainit, sobrang malamig, disgrasya. So, let me speak with you. First, okay, we have to be, okay, if you are a giver, you have to understand what is it that you give. What is it that you really give that causing the abuse? Remember that when you give, hi, my aray. Okay? When you give, because that's the unselfish part of you, okay? It is important that you understand what is really that you give. And you giving that, what is it causing you in reality? Example. If you are in a profession, let me just speak a little bit not on the personal level, dun muna po tayo sa medyo professional, para medyo kaya lang ng mga guests ko on floor. At kaya nyo rin po. Let's talk about the professional. If you are on a profession that requires continuous learning, if you are in a profession that requires time for self-enrichment, if you are in a profession wherein it requires an opportunity for you to nurture what you already have, and that's your profession, but because you are extremely giving, and you're giving all the time, all the moments, all the resources to other people, that would be very detrimental to you. So it is important now that you understand what is it that you are already giving. Because you are on the extreme. Okay? If you are in a business and you are an extreme giver, and you keep giving all the resources of your company, what do you think will happen to you? go bankrupt. Will that be great? Will that be good? Definitely not. If you are a leader of the organization, if you are the one recommending for packages and everything, and you're an absolute extremely giving, aren't you open for abuse? Isn't it also the reason why you are being abused? Which connects to your personal life. I'm moving into your personal life. Isn't it you giving extremely beyond what is required that opens yourself to pain, abuse, and failed relationships? Right? Because what you get from life is a reflection of what you give. Now, you always believe that if you give, you receive. But there are things that you give that creates a negative impact to the person, to the community. For some people, if you are the giver in the family and you just keep giving and giving and giving, eventually you are creating and raising parasites. Are you getting me? Are you connecting with me? Instead of you raising up responsible citizens, instead of you raising up responsible people, aren't you just raising up parasites and dependents? So that's counterproductive. Hello, can I hear you? Do you agree with me? Right? If you are in the habit of just giving and providing because you believe you are extremely generous, what kind of people are you building up? What kind of people are you building up? Hello? Linta. Okay? Now, a lot of givers will say, I'm not so afraid of takers because I will just focus on people who are generous like me. But really, it is the matchers and not the givers who can keep a good score of what they want in life. And it is the matchers who can do pay forward. Yeah. It is the people who are the matchers who can do the pay forward. Because pay forward are only for the people who can sow today and reap tomorrow. It's not the givers. It's not the givers. Givers, they don't even think about it. Just throw the resources away. Are you getting the point? So, now here's the thing. It is true that givers have, the dominant givers have a reservoir of goodwill. It is true. However, if you only help givers, yung mga mababait, kasi tingin natin mababait yung mga givers, you will never be able to get the benefits from the takers. And you have like rows of takers and say, I can take it and bring it out. That's the problem with givers, because we run in the extreme contrast of the takers. And worse, the matchers penalizes them. Because you keep taking. But do you see that most of the takers in the organization, they fuel change. They fuel you because it makes you feel uncomfortable, isn't it? See, they're doing something great for the society and the economy. Would you agree? The takers. Now, what's the antidote? What's the antidote? Because you are a naturally giver. Oh, where are the naturally and dominantly givers? In the house? Ayaw nyo nang umamin? Talk to me. Default givers, where are you? Okay? So, let me share with you something. And, okay. I don't know if you have heard, okay? The 5-minute favor. Yeah. What's a 5-minute favor? A 5-minute favor is something that they have introduced. I think it was also introduced by another Adam Riffen. He says that when you give, you don't have to be a Mother Teresa or a Mahatma Gandhi that you give everything. You need not to be like that. But you can find values, givers, listen out. You can give out values to people's life that are, wow, okay. Master Coach Kendra Smiley said, yes, I agree, we cripple them mentally. Exactly the point. Now, I want to challenge you by this time to move into giving higher value to other people's lives, okay? Low on personal value, personal cost to you. Let me repeat that. I want to challenge you to start giving high value to other people's lives that cost low personal to you. So, what can you give? And there's a proponent of 5-minute favor. And they say, what can you give that will only cost you 5 minutes, but will give high favor on people? Can you think of that? Stories, great. Come on now. Knowledge. See? Let me repeat again the challenge. What is it that you can give low personal cost on you, but of greater value to the person and will make the person better instead of crippling them, instead of allowing them to be retarded or allowing them to be disabled simply because you have provided everything instead of giving them the opportunity to toil on their own. Remember, you don't give them fish, you teach them to fish. Okay? And most of the time, we givers or extreme givers, you are the one doing the crippling methods. You cripple them because you just give and give and give. It's better with the matchers because the matchers, alright, the matchers want something in return. The takers, they will challenge you. I'll take that. Now you will remember that. Oh, this taker gets something from me. Then it triggers you. But the givers, oh, nothing. I'll just take it. That is counterproductive to you. Now, let me go back to my challenge. What do you think can you give, okay, that is low on personal cost to you? And they have a challenge that goes 5 minutes. The 5 minutes favor. What can you do in 5 minutes? Listen. Wonderful. Give stories. You can create a story. Appreciation. Affirmation. There you go. Come on now. What else can you give? Patience. It costs you nothing. Walang bayad yon. Hug. Tap on. Oh, that will not even take you 1 minute to do. Friendship. What else can you give? Come on. Time. That's very expensive to me. Sorry. I'm sorry. Listening ear. Really. What else? Come on. Okay, let's do it. Tangible. Gifts. Okay, what's tangible? Mahal ang flowers eh. Tangible. Give a person a very good feedback. Tangible. Yeah. Kasi pag sinabi natin knowledge, appreciation, di siya tangible eh. Di ba? Hindi ko naman nakita. So what can you give? Tangible. Physical what? 5 minutes. The challenge is 5 minutes. What can you do in 5 minutes? 5 minutes favor. Yeah, di ba? Totoo. What else? 5 minutes. What can you do 5 minutes? Come on, come on. Help me out. What can you do in 5 minutes? If you're watching, what can you do in 5 minutes? What is the 5 minutes favor that you can do? Help someone with their work. Just a lift. All right? Now, why am I challenging you to do this? Because if you are a naturally predominantly giver, all you needed is an opportunity to give. All you need in your mind is to have that confidence that you were already able to give for the day. That you were able to give something to that person. That you were able to give something to this community. That you were able to give something to this friend of yours. Because you are a naturally gifted and naturally strong, dominant giver. So I want to challenge you givers because you stand on the spectrum. Okay? Go for the 5 minutes favor strategy. Come out with it. If you are a naturally gifted, strong givers, come out with, be ready with the 5 minute favors. Have it handy with you. Have it handy with you. So somebody approach you, what can you give? Smile. Your thoughts. Come on, you've got to be very ready. You know sometimes why smile doesn't work? Because you think you give it to everyone. Alright? You know that's the reason why I started really that pat on the shoulder. Because before, when I started seeing someone, don't get me, okay, to be honest with you, I preach based on experience. That's who I am. I'm also a byproduct of that. The very reason why I got into that habit and sharing it to my clients that you pat on the shoulder, because many years back, I'm also very, very gullible. Okay? I'm a strong blue giver. When somebody gets to me, I will empty my pocket. That's how gullible I can be. As in all. Alright? I empty my pocket, get into the cashier of our business, get every money in the cashier and give it. So don't try it now because I've learned. Okay? I have wisdom now. I used to be like that. So I came from that perspective and I've raised a lot of parasites. And I crippled a lot of people, so I learned. And I started asking what was wrong. You being an extreme giver is wrong. Okay? Now, how it works? You remain to be a giver, I cannot change that. I'm still am. But the thing is, challenge yourself to give something. Look, don't give something that is of less value. You will not be satisfied. Trust me. You will still feel guilty. Okay? That's why I challenge you. Give something of great value, higher value to the person that low cost on you personally. The tap on the shoulder, to me, it creates a lot of changes to the people I do that. You know? When I say to someone, great job, I mean it. And it doesn't take me 5 minutes. If I walk to someone and say, you can do it, that's where my powerful conversation starts. Because I'm so good at it, then I know I can use it to give great values to people. That's why I started really looking into the profession that can give more value with little time. Okay? For some people, they practice this regularly. Because when you start practicing this at the beginning of the day, then you are no longer susceptible being gullible towards the latter part of the day. Because you have already started giving. Okay? So there are the things, some of the things I do. Naturally, I will do some postings that really gives my creative juices. That gives my creative thoughts. Because now I know I've given something. You've got to feel that mental setup and mental faculty of yours that you needed to give because that's who you are naturally. Are we good? All right. For the takers, while people will look at you, you just take and take and take. Okay, don't despair. There's really great in your heart. As you take, I just challenge you to make good use of what you have taken. Give it back to the community. Give it to the people you love. Give it back in whatever manner so that more and more people can partake of what you have taken. Okay? It's okay. You know, If you take $100, even if you give back only $2, it doesn't really matter. At least you have given back, and what you have given back can be multiplied. So that's just my challenge to you as a taker. You're a taker, be good at taking things. Be good at taking opportunities. Yeah. Sometimes people, the givers, they don't even look at opportunities. It is the taker who are so good at opportunities. They take the opportunities, they take it, they take the risk. Now when you make it, please give back something. That's just my challenge to you. You are so good at it. You can take risks. You can put your hand into it because you can see opportunities. So stay with it. Stay with it. That's your gift. You are good at it. You're bold about it. But I encourage you, give back. It will make you feel better even more. Remember, when you give, okay, you will definitely get something. You will take something. You will still take appreciation. You will take, take a compliment. You will still get more connection and more approval. So you will still give. And to the matchers, not the matchmakers, okay? I'm talking to you matchers, all right? Start enjoying life. Okay? You cannot enjoy life if you are always looking at the weighing scale. That you give 2, you get 2. Okay? That's not life. The way you enjoy life, you give at times, you receive at times. You give, you take. Life is never fair, because if it's fair, then you will not get all the blessing. It's never been fair. Many times you give less, you receive more, because life is not fair. So you cannot always use the weighing scale, because it will never match. And it will deprive you of the joy. It will deprive you of the happiness. You cannot be happy for people who's taking ahead of life, because you always look at what are they giving back to life. You cannot be happy giving because you always want in expectation the return. Or you cannot also be happy receiving gifts, because when somebody gives you a gift, at your mind, you're thinking, what should I give back? Have you seen people like that? Those are the matchers. That you can, and they say, you cannot outgive me. That's not so good. Why? It's okay, you outgive me. It's okay, I'll take it. I have no problem with that. Because at the end of the day, it feels great to be appreciated. It feels great if you give something. Now, naturally, out of the abundance of your heart, you can give back. Then it's beautiful. But if you continuously, by default, always on the lookout to find the match before what you get, okay? What you get, and then what you have to give, or what you give and what you have to get, it's gonna be a miserable life to you. At the end of the day, whether you are a giver, you're a taker, you are a matcher, these are all gifts. God created you with a purpose and for a purpose, and if we live in one ecosystem, it will make the ecosystem beautiful. The only thing is you watch out for the extremes, because if you go on extremes, then you are deluded of what you can partake out of the gifts, the natural gifts that you have. God created people who can give without expecting, people who can take risk, okay, and see the opportunities. And people also are created to be matchers, so they will set the equilibrium. So you see, this is a beautiful world if you can be the beautiful person whom God have created you to be. Do not despise the other people, and do not be too harsh on yourself. Okay? Appreciate what you have. Be in control, be on the lookout. But at the end of the day, it is important that you accept your natural gift. Be mindful of it. Have wisdom on it. Enjoy it. But at the end of the day, know thy purpose. Why do you give? Why do you take? And why are you on the lookout for matchers? For matching. Alright? What is it that you give and why do you give it? What is it that you take and why do you take it? And why do you always want it to be matched? Life could never be matched, because most of the time, we get more than what we give to life. life is beautiful. It's never been fair because we give less, we get more. So if you want it to be fair, oh, forget it. There will be a lot of blessing that you will miss out. And I believe all of us wants to get more of the blessing, even if we give little. So for all the matchers, be happy that some people go ahead in life. For all the takers, continue to take the risk. And for all the givers, try the 5 minutes. It will make your life beautiful at the end of the day. This is Coach A. Thank you for joining me for another Kapehan Night. See you again on Thursday. Good night.